Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm still a little camera shy. I still can't look at the camera. It's so strange. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Lily. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I definitely appreciate you and appreciate the patience. So if you have seen the title of this video, of course you have seen the title of this video. This rebrand was absolutely necessary. I got baptized October 12th, 2025 this year. And it felt life-changing. It felt like a redirection, like a redirectional step, if you will, to basically just get myself together. And I kept making excuses. This is what the Lord called me to do. This is what He told me to do. I genuinely feel like I made excuses off of just everybody else that I've seen. And as you can see, I'm just coming to you as I am. My hair is just blow dried out. I didn't even do it. I just left it blow dried and kept it that way. I'm still in pajamas, but He did say come as you are, and you know what I mean. I'm not gonna hide myself or hide who I actually am. I'm gonna be my most authentic and raw self, especially on my channel. See me looking down, it is because I did take some notes on my computer, so I can basically stay on track with the video. I will be kind of looking to the left, shifting to the left a bit, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. I honestly feel like I went through the baptism not just for myself but for others, and I know that's kind of strange to say, but it is the truth. You know what I mean? Like, for a long time I had a lot of trouble with forgiveness, inside forgiveness and forgiving other people. I had trouble with managing my anger. I had trouble with, just accepting things that didn't go my way, accepting things for how they were, basically of that nature. And I felt like me giving that hurt to God definitely just felt a little bit more fulfilling. Like, I'm not trying to do everything or be everything or, take on everything by myself, that I actually have power and protection with somebody who actually accepts me. So I've been greedy before. I've been filled with anger, lust, fornication, and even just being consistent in the word. I haven't really structured myself to the best of my ability in that nature. And me just getting baptized felt like this is harder than it looks. Me getting baptized just felt like a new start, for me to surrender myself over and then be obedient to the word and to the laws and to the ways in which He want me to be. So I also didn't video record it because I wanted it to be a sacred thing between me and Him. I didn't want it to just be for social media views or for views in itself. Definitely went ahead and let that be just a personal thing. Maybe later on down the line I'll do it again and then let you guys see, but it wasn't a very public thing. It was a very intimate thing between me and the Lord, and I feel like me fulfilling that just turned over a new leaf for me, and it feels good. It feels really good. When I did get that baptism, I definitely made the decision to become a new person. I've been very jaded, if you will, sad, depressed. That just used to be my normal. If I wasn't sad, I was angry. If I wasn't angry, I was numb. And I was tired of feeling that way, honestly. I made the decision to go ahead and surrender and then become a whole new person, become a better person in general. And I'm not perfect, don't get me wrong. So I still struggle here and there with anger and forgiveness and things like that. But the first step is not only acknowledgement, but the willpower to want to change, So that's the decision I made. It was to let go of who I was to become the likeness image of Christ. I think I said that right. Guys, it wasn't just symbolic for me. It was spiritual warfare that was going on in my world that I just genuinely didn't want to continue walking through. The spiritual warfare that I was physically enduring and then mentally enduring was just too much for me to bear by myself, if you will. And I kind of surrendered myself over because I was being a hyper independent worldly woman, thinking that I can take these things on by myself, and I just can't. And that's me just being honest with myself. I can't take on everything that the Lord throws at me without Him. I can't take on life itself without the Lord in general. You know what I mean? So it was definitely something that I felt was very, very important for me to endure, for me to go through, for me to accept, for me to understand and acknowledge. Without it, without the spiritual warfare, I probably wouldn't have gotten to this point where I wanted to be baptized or be active in the church. What I feel now, the baptism it doesn't change you in a night, you know what I mean? So there's still hurt that I'm trying to heal from. There's still things that I'm trying to forgive. There's still people that I still want to rekindle bonds with, but I'm not necessarily forcing those bonds. And that's kind of just where I stand with that. I don't mind saying it out loud or just being vulnerable or just being exactly who I am. But at the same time, I don't want to stay the same. Me being vulnerable and explaining who I am and being in likeness of the Lord is me explaining to Him and basically pleading myself over, surrendering myself over to His change, the change that He has for me. So I hope I'm saying this right, because in my head it sounds right. And I'm just letting God talk through me. But that's exactly how I feel. Me being myself and being my most authentic self is me that I lay at the feet of the Lord. And in hopes that He change me, I keep Him in prayer and things like that. Keep myself, the old me, in prayer. So that I am restored into a new me, so that I'm fully healed. Not just forgetting about the bad things, but truly understanding why I had to go through them so that I can heal those things and those pieces of me. I guess you can say that's where the rebrand comes in. Full balance was the rebrand, because I'm not only balancing motherhood. For you that didn't know, I am 5 months pregnant. I'm balancing motherhood. I'm balancing the 9 to 5, the work. I don't know what happened. I think my flash died or something, so I just repositioned myself. So if you can't see me, I apologize. If the lighting isn't perfect, I apologize as well. I'm sorry, brain fog. I literally just went blank, and I have notes right here. I don't. The rebrand was necessary in my opinion, because I'm not in my own world. I surrendered my world over, if that makes sense. So yeah, A Faithful Balance is the title of the channel. That's what we're going to be all about, where we're battling, and not just battling, but facing every aspect of life, especially for a young Black girl in Christ. I guess you can say that it's going to be the relationship with me walking in Christ, walking with Christ. I'm going to be doing everything through Christ, so it's not my world anymore, because I have surrendered that over. I feel like that is exactly what God is leading me to, a balanced life, a structured life, but only through Him. So I feel like me surrendering over not only my world, but my channel, my engagement with an audience, my personal demeanor, my enthusiasm, my joy, my hopes, my dreams, my fears, all of that through Him, it's going to lead me to a perfect balance. It is going to be something more like a balance between motherhood and my responsibilities as an adult, as well as a balance through ministry, because I am actively seeking the Lord. I'm actively studying and learning and trying to do better and be better, not just for me, but be great examples for my kids. And this is going to be more like a video diary type of thing between not only me and you guys, but something that they can watch back in every way possible. The Lord literally had His hands on us every single step on the way. The Lord had His hands on us every single step of the way, and I want them to have a great example on just being stewards in His world and surrendering over to His life and the way that He wants us to live. And Faithful Balance isn't just a name, it's definitely a lifestyle. It is about surrendering back to God so that He will not only trust me, but I will trust Him. And whenever I do surrender, I will be trusting His will and His pathway and His journey on everything that I put my mind to. Now, again, I am just picking up the camera again. I put every insecurity I probably had in order for me not to pick up the camera. Oh, well, my hair is not done. Oh, well, I don't fit the part. Oh, well, I don't have a camera. Oh, well, everything. And I feel like that was just the devil standing in my way and distracting me from the things that God actually called me to do. He called me to use my voice and share His word in every way that I possibly can, and that's what I'm going to do from this point forward. So rain, sleet, or snow, joyful, happy, sad, in a depressive mood, whatever, you guys will definitely hear from me, and I'll be more active upon this channel because this is what God called me to do. That's what I fully believe. I've been super consistent with my content at all. I can't even just say lately because I think the last video I made was just like a snippet, and it was a terribly filmed video, by the way. Sorry guys for that, but I was just mentally going through it. It was things that I didn't want to accept, that I just kind of had to, that I had no choice but to accept. But yes, I am pregnant. The last time you guys see me, it was whenever I had just found out. So I found out when I was about 9 weeks, I think. and I'm 22 weeks now. So I have not been consistent at all on this channel. I kind of just been taking it day by day. And that is also going with the spiritual warfare that I had to seek the Lord for healing in between these times, I guess you can say. Because it's been challenging. It's been very, very challenging. But I've been trying to keep a positive mindset and just pivot where I can pivot. Especially during the episodes when I'm mad, because this pregnancy is the same as my last one, you know what I mean? Cravings, hormones, whatever. But I am learning how to grasp and have an emotional control on everything that I've been possessing, I guess you can say. It just came front and center very quickly. I don't know, I just felt like things were coming at me too fast for the things that I had already had to prepare for. And then on top of that, I'm pregnant, you know, like, I don't know, I just wasn't ready to hear that news, and I didn't have a choice, you know what I mean? I tend to isolate myself in comfort, which I am completely fine with, you know what I mean? That's my second comfort zone, but the Lord told me that is not the way that we're going to do this pregnancy or this, you know, transformation through our walk this time. So I'm pretty sure that's why he gave me this space. Not only am I like building a community, but it's a faith-based community through Christ. So I'm just seeking him. I'm seeking him, trying to be obedient as I possibly can. I genuinely tried to carry every battle that I had in a private manner, or keep to myself about the battles that I was having, whether it be physical or emotional battles. I feel like those things just made it very heavy on everything else that I had to do. It just drained me to keep everything bottled inside. It drained me very, very much. In the inside of my home, things were just breaking, you know what I mean? I sacrificed relationships, I had to sacrifice my peace, I sacrificed my sense of well-being, and it started to feel like I sacrificed my sense of self at one point, until I definitely got a grasp on what I needed to do to become better. And that was honestly just obeying and seeking the Lord first. Now, that didn't mean I was going to change in a night, but that definitely meant that I was going to put the work towards it day by day, even if it was a little step to change. The Lord definitely reminded me. He keeps reminding me. It's not even just a one-time reminder that I can't heal in silence whenever he called me to speak. I can't heal things in private whenever he called them to be public. I can't do things the way that I choose to do things if he's telling me to be obedient to his will and his way. And I just have to accept that, whether it's hard or not, whether it's out of my comfort zone or not, which I'm not all the way comfortable with, but I am being obedient as much as I can. So that is the only thing that I can give the Lord right now, and that is all of me, you know? Although I am uncomfortable sitting in front of a camera, or if it's sitting in front of a crowd, or, you know, publicly speaking, or, you know, things like that, I choose to be obedient because this is what the Lord called me to do. Now, it might not make sense to me right now, but it could make sense to me in 2 or 3, maybe 4 years down the line. I'm ready to just surrender my will over to see what he has for me. And even though it is a little late in the journey, I will be sharing the rest of this pregnancy now that I am comfortable with coming out and just being, how do you say, more comfortable or more myself. During this pregnancy, I feel like I'm in a whole completely different mind space, a better mind space, and honestly, I have no complaints right now. So yeah, I'm excited. I am again 22 weeks pregnant, and hopefully this goes by a little faster because I'm ready for him to come. My due date is February 16th, so I'm excited for that. Mark the calendars down. It's been an emotional ride. It's been an emotional roller coaster, but it definitely stretched me into being more of the woman that Christ needed me to be, which is ultimately going to benefit my children because I'm going to be more of a woman and more of a mother. I'm just following suit. I'm being as obedient as I possibly can. So I have nothing but good things and good wishes for our plans in the future and the growth of this channel. If you've been here through the evolution, not much of an evolution, but if you've been here from day one, I definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're new, just, you know, stay tuned because this is something that I do plan on doing for a little while. It is, again, my little video diary of watching my kids go from babies to toddlers to adolescents to, preteens, and then so on and so forth. Still gonna always be our motto: push everything, push hard, push for better, push for greatness. Push is an acronym that stands for pray until something happens, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Pray until he gives me what I need